I play, in essence, O'Neill's father, and who was an actor on the stage, just coming out of melodrama into sort of realism in America. And so I wanted to find out as much as I could about the family before I started on the play. I started learning my lines in May. I learned an act a month. As you get older as an actor, at least for myself, it gets more and more difficult to learn lines. You know, actors are always being asked, how do you learn all those lines? And my answer now is more difficultly as I get older. So I started learning my lines an act a month. There's 4 acts. And then I started in rehearsal. The play is really an emotional soup. It's about a family's loves and hates and problems. And it's a typical family, even though it's a theater family. It has a lot of problems that I'm sure our audience will bring. Watching, they will identify a lot with the play. There's also a whole bunch of problems that are atypical to a family. But I think the play has lived on so long and is such a classic because it really speaks to us all. It wasn't one that I ever thought I would play. It wasn't one that I went after to play. You hear about this play as being one of the great plays. I had never read it. I think we were supposed to study at university, and I think I got the Cliff Notes and got through it somehow. But I came to it really not knowing a lot about it. I knew the gist of the play. When I started reading it in April, I had a lot of trouble making heads or tails of it. It seemed gloomy and long and very, very difficult. But that's because there's so much going on. What's, I think, great for an audience is that, you know, you talk about subtext, which is all the things that we're thinking and not saying, or thinking and then saying. And this play, you have to work backwards and almost write your own play underneath all the things that you're saying. Because like in any family, you say some things that you wish you hadn't, or that you're glad you did, but you say a hell of a lot more, or feel a hell of a lot more, and think of a lot more of things that you don't say, that aren't expressed. This is it's a director's play too, but if you don't have people that can really eat up this stuff and digest it and think it and live it and give the heart to it, you can't do this play. I've considered myself extremely lucky because of the 4 other people that are in this cast. All of them have jumped in. I mean, we were pretty much off book the first day, so everybody has worked long and hard, both in research and just in the sort of drudgery work of learning lines to start. So everybody's really, that group of actors are really committed to making this the best experience that they can, the best production of this play that they can. And for me, that's a joy to work with people that I feel are as committed as I am. This isn't just another gig. This is, you know, we get a chance to do one of the great plays in the English-speaking language. For the playwright, he calls this a play of forgiveness. He wrote this 25 years after the events of the time, and he asked that this play never be produced and never even looked at. It was supposed to be put in a vault for 25 years after his death because he didn't want, it's so truthful, it's so kind of naked and raw about his family that he didn't want anyone in his family to be hurt by it. And so I think that people will walk away with a mirror on their own life and relationships, and hopefully it'll be a point of discussion and contemplation about where they are in their own lives. I play a man that's at the end of his career, looking back at the mistakes that he made and looking back in his career, in his acting career, and also the mistakes he made with his 2 sons and his wife, and the regrets that he has about that. So I think the audience will have a lot to chew on